Welcome to this episode of the Crazy Blind Tech Podcast.
Okay, folks. Well, I use two audio editors. I happen to use Goldwave and Amadeus Pro. Amadeus Pro is a multi-track editor on the Mac, which is basically the same thing as Goldwave, except Goldwave is single track and Amadeus is multi-track. Now, we're not going to get into the difference between what is a single and what is a multi. There is a difference, and we won't go over that here. I've been getting a lot of questions about Goldwave. We're going to go over Goldwave today, and I figured it would be high time for me to give a little bit of a demonstration while I have some time tonight, and get it all done and get it all recorded and uploaded. We're not going to use a mixer in this case. There's no need for that. So we're just going to use just my computer speakers and things of that nature, even though I do have a mixer and it works fine, but I'd rather not use it right now. So what we're going to do here is we are going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to turn up my
volume level 54
volume here. I'll be using NVDA for part of it, and then I'll be using JAWS for part of it. The NVDA, I'm running the latest release of NVDA with the latest updates and the latest Goldwave add-on. And for JAWS, I'll be using the JAWS 2021 beta. It's also a good way to demonstrate that when JAWS 2021 does come out, that it will work. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and launch Goldwave here. It's on my desktop.
Google Goldwave 13 of 7.
And there it is. So we'll hit enter.
Goldwave workspace.
And by the way, I will recommend that you get your Goldwave activated. So whether it's through a key that you have bought or a key that somebody has gotten for you, make sure that your copy of Goldwave is activated. If not, every time you open it, it will open up the manual. Okay. So, of course, in my case, it doesn't do that because I have entered in my license information, the one that I bought last April. Actually, I have owned Goldwave officially now for a year. I do want to go over a couple of the settings that I change, and then we're going to go over how to record, how to pause, how to stop, how to edit, things of that nature, and some keyboard commands along the way. So obviously Goldwave is open. We're in a blank nothing section. So what we need to do is we need to configure everything. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and hit F11 here.
Control properties dialog. Tab control. Play tab selected.
And so we're hitting F11, and we're going to right arrow to device tab.
Record tab visual device tab selected.
Okay, so we just hit the right arrow over to device. This is one of the first things I would check, and then I'll show you something that we do in record.
Device property page 337.29%. Play by grouping. Combo box speakers Yeti stereo microphone 0 DCF collapsed.
Okay, well, I forgot to mention too, I am using Det Talk for this demonstration.
Speakers / headphones
but we do need to change it to the computer speakers.
Quality record grouping. Combo box microphone Yeti stereo microphone 0 DAV8 collapsed.
Okay, so there's the Yeti microphone. So what we'll do
System property page
is we will
record property page. Recording options grouping. Use new file duration. Checkbox not checked.
By doing a Control-Shift-Tab on Windows here, and we'll hit Tab.
Combo box collapsed. Edit selected 00. Dictation mode checkbox not checked. Monitor input on use new file duration. Checkbox not checked. Combo box collapsed. Edit selected 001000. Dictation mode checkbox. Monitor input on visuals. Control key safe. Set finish marker. Show settings window checkbox not checked. I always recommend that you uncheck that because if you hit Control F9 to record, it will show your settings window. That could be useful if you're sighted. However, if you're blind like I am, that's not really useful. And I think for sighted people too, it gets in the way and
you can't really see your meters that well.
Fill autosave check. Delayed record level activated check. Record mode grouping. Unbounded radio button check.
Make sure your recording thing is set to unbounded, because if not, it won't work.
OK button.
That was a tip I learned years and years ago. So I'll hit enter.
Gold wave. Workspace.
Okay, so we are essentially ready to open up a file here, or even record one. And even in this one, I might try to demonstrate how to create a podcasting intro even. In fact, we might even go over that. Okay, I won't go over pasting things, although I might. Who knows what we'll get into. This will just be a nice tutorial. So to create a new, we can hit Alt F and go down to new, but instead we'll just hit Control N.
New sound dialog. Quality and duration grouping. Number of channels. Combo box 2 stereo collapsed.
Okay, stereo. Obviously you probably want to leave that set.
Sampling rate. Combo box collapsed. Edit selected 44,100.
Okay, well there's your sampling rate.
Initial file length 8.
And you might want to change that. Depending on what files you're going to be working with, which, that depends whether it's 44 or 48, and if you're pasting files in with files and your formats are incompatible, your sampling rates, are incompatible, then you're going to have some problems. The audio is not going to come out very right. You're going to either make yourself sound low-pitched or you're going to make yourself sound high-pitched.
Init presets grouping. Cancel button. OK
so
button.
Go ahead and hit OK.
Gold wave. Workspace. Untitled 1.
Okay, now we have an untitled document open, and at the beginning of every Goldwave file,
select all.
There is silence, so we're going to hit Control A and hit delete. Like I said, I am running the NVDA add-on, and we're going to use it a couple times during this demonstration. Okay, so let's get some text in here, some recording into here. Okay, and let's go ahead and just hit Control F9, and NVDA will say record, and we'll put some stuff in there that we'll have to edit out. So we'll hit Control F9.
Record.
Okay, so this is somewhat of a test file. Don't know. Excuse me. I don't know what's going to come from this test file, but we're about to find out, and if you would like to contact me, you most certainly can, and I don't mind if you do.
Stop.
Okay, so I didn't show the pause command, which is Control F7. If you want to pause a recording, let's say you're making a podcast and you want to pause it, you can do that, and to resume it, it's Control F7. However, the NVDA add-on does have a bug, in that it won't tell you whether a recording is paused or whether it's resumed. Well, it'll tell you when it's paused, but it won't tell you if it's resumed. There is an advantage to the JAWS scripts, and I'll show you what that is here in a little bit, and we'll talk about that. I'll load JAWS up and I'll show you some things that the JAWS scripts has. That is a lot simpler to do with this than than the NVDA add-on, but the NVDA add-on is a must-have if you want to have complete full access to Goldwave. So we can hit F2. There's 3 play modes from within Goldwave. F2 plays from the very beginning. F3 plays where your start markers are, which in this case are at the top and the bottom of the file. And we'll see where that comes in handy when we're selecting something. And then the F4 key plays from your current spot. Okay, F5 rewinds, F6 fast forwards. That's what I thought. F8 is your, let's see, F5 is rewind, F6 is fast forward, F7 is your pause, and of course, again, you're seeing that NVDA add-on bug where if I hit it once, okay, there's pause right there. And if I hit it again, it should say resume, but it doesn't. And then F8
stop.
Obviously is your stop command. That's pretty much it. So the Goldwave keyboard commands are really easy. There are others, and if you want to see them, refer to the documentation, which is completely screen reader usable. Okay, so we'll just play this whole file back. We'll just use F2.
Play.
Okay, so this is somewhat of a test file. Don't know. Excuse me. I don't know what's going to come from this test file, but we're about to find out. And if you would like to contact me, you most certainly can. And I don't mind if you do. Okay, so there's definitely some things we need to work on. Okay, so we know that there's a lot of silence there at the beginning. So we know that our start marker is set. Now, you don't have to do this, but I'm going to. Let's say if my start marker wasn't at the beginning for some weird reason, I could just hit Control Home to get to the top and then hit the left bracket key.
Start 0.000.
And that tells me where our start marker is. And by the way, if we use Control MVDA Shift, or how is it?
Track length, selected channel, 0.000 to 24.5. Zoom level.
How is that?
Selected channel, step 0.00.
Control MVDA 3.
Track length, 24, 0.000 to 24,
No.
0.000 to 24.
Okay, 0.000, and that's your start marker, and then obviously it's 24 seconds long. Okay, so just kind of remember, Control MVDA 3.
0.000 to 24.536,
And there's
24.536.
There's a much easier way to do this from within JAWS, which we'll go over. But I want to show you how this is done with MVDA. Okay, so let's say that we want to go ahead and put the marker there, which by the way, there's either a start marker or finish marker. There's not a start or finish at specific parts of a file. There's just two markers. So let's play the file. I'll just use the space bar, but there's also a play command.
Record.
Okay, so this is somewhat of... Okay, your left and right arrow, by the way, can also act as rewind. And what I tend to do in a case like this, too, is I also set my zoom level. So normally in this case, I do about Shift 3.
Zoom level, 10.000.
Which you can, you can set it accordingly however you want. And, you can do Shift 1 through Shift 6. All that's in your view menu, by the way, I do believe. Okay. Oh. Okay. Now, unfortunately, this is where another problem with the MVDA add-on comes up. Let's put a finish marker here.
Finish 4.153.
Okay, so we have about 4 seconds of audio selected. And it does tell me that. However, when I go to move the marker, the finish marker, by the way, you move that with Control Shift left and right arrow. It's like the D and the F with Amadeus Pro. See, it doesn't tell me where I'm moving.
Play.
Okay, we could probably do a little bit more. I'm moving it and I'm hitting F3. Oh. Okay, we need to move it back.
Play.
Okay, that's pretty much all we're going to get for that selection, so we can hit delete.
Delete it.
And it does announce that. So MVDA does work really good with Goldwave. The dialogues read, everything reads, but I think to show you...
Exit MVDA dialog. Right.
Just to show you the clarity of the JavaScripts will...
For a list of Goldwave commands, press JAWS key plus H. JAWS, beta release, Goldwave, control dialog, stop button.
Okay.
Goldwave, JAWS home, Goldwave, control dialog. Play one button.
So JAWS actually announces the NVDA, the play buttons that you're hitting. If you hit Alt-Shift-A,
the active control is stop.
It just basically tells you what control is active. So like stop, record, pause, whatever. There's also other commands like Alt-Shift-Z.
The current zoom level is 010.000 seconds.
Okay. Alt-Shift-S.
The start marker is set at 0 seconds.
Okay, the finish marker.
The finish marker is set at 20.183 seconds.
Oh, okay. NVDA might be a bit off, maybe. But there again, it might not be.
The finish marker is set at 20. Both channels are selected for editing.
Okay, Alt-Shift-C tells you that both channels are selected for editing.
The selected duration is 20.183
And
seconds.
it tells me what the selected duration is.
The elapsed time is 0.0.
Okay, the elapsed, Alt-Shift-E, Alt-Shift-R.
The remaining time is 20.1.
And there's other commands, but you can hit JAWS key H.
The following is a list of JAWS commands available from the sound viewer control.
Okay, and obviously you can view
Blank.
that.
JAWS, gold wave, the open.
Okay, so let's continue to use JAWS here.
This is somewhat of a test file. Don't know. No. I don't know.
So,
Don't know.
okay, so I just stopped after the word don't know. I used the rewind with the left arrow. It's just a habit of mine. You can use the F5 and the F6 to go back and forward, but I find this a lot simpler. So we'll put a start marker here.
The start marker is set at 0 seconds.
I don't know
The
why I
start
did
marker is
that.
set at 3.34.
That's better. Alright, so let's go ahead and play it.
Excuse me. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, so
The finish marker is
I figured I would just move, put the finish marker in a non-spot because I want to show you that JAWS does announce where your marker is moving to with the JAWS scripts, which you can pick up from dlee.org.
the finish marker is set at 9.82 button.
And we can hit the play 2.
Excuse me.
Okay, that's good right there. And so what we can do here is we can hit the delete key,
Deleted selected sound.
and JAWS says deleted selected sound. Now, somebody had been asking me a few times about the copy and paste. How do you get a file and how do you paste it from within a file? Kind of like,
Play one
Okay, so
button.
this is somewhat of a test file. Don't know. Test file. Somewhat of a test file. Don't know. I don't know what's going to come from.
Play one
Okay,
button.
so this is somewhat of a test file. Don't know.
okay, so if I if I'm going to go to after don't know, all I have to do is put a start
start, the
and a
finish.
finish marker. Now we'll find a file.
Welcome.wav. Urkin.wav. Export phone. All keynote wav.
Okay.
Oak wave. Wav. Tech. Shell streams. Zondervan. SH advanced dash Ivo robot. Gold wave. The open.
Okay, so let's play this.
The total. Play one button.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll just
The
copy all
copy to-
this
The open file
and
is
Control
untitled 1.
Tab back to our untitled file, and we'll just hit paste.
Sound pasted at start marker location.
Okay, and as you can tell, it announces that it's pasted. MTA does not announce any of this, and I hope it's something that they work on because it is nice to know.
Don't know.
Play one
Okay,
button.
so this is some.
So I can just hit F2.
Play one
Okay, so
button.
this is somewhat of a test file. Don't know.
You're going to pay for this!
I don't know what's going to come from this test file, but we're about to find out. And if you would like to contact me, you most certainly can. And I don't mind if you do.
Okay,
This,
there is something I'm going to take out the end, so all I have to do is put my start marker there, go down to the end,
finish.
put the finish marker, bam.
no sound.
And of course, it's there. It's gone. Gone.
The cursor moved to finish marker location. The finish marker is set at 50.
And another thing I forgot to mention,
The cursor moved to start marker.
home and end by themselves move your cursor to your
The cursor moved to start marker.
start marker location,
Okay, so this is.
which at this
The cursor
point.
moved to start marker location. The start marker is set at 15.530 seconds.
Okay, so this is somewhat of a test file. Don't know.
You're going to pay for this!
I don't know what's going to come from this test file.
and obviously, you know,
Okay, so this is.
you can move your
The-
finish marker down. You can move your cursor down
Okay,
to
so-
here to
The
the
cur-
end with end and all
The cursor
that.
moved to start marker location.
Okay, so I just figured I would show you the
Unloading.
clarity of
Gold
the
width.
JAWS scripts, and you know that they indeed do work. But for this demonstration,
Gold wave.
I know
Rate
that
6, rate 49, rate 44, rate 4.
most people are
configuration
using NVDA. But I wanted to show you that that the JAWS do have an advantage, and people, if you have JAWS and you're using Goldwave, should get them because they are nice. Okay, so now let's talk about how do I make a podcasting thing. So
Open sound dialog file.
what I tend to do is go to the Open Sound,
Audio files not
and we're going
selected.
to
Items view list.
go into a folder here.
Podcast stuff. Items selected. Free people. Apple Podcast G. Free people.
Let's find
Date.
one
Items
here.
view. Shorts plot read zip volume the 4 of 8. Items 152 M child 162 J child point 162 B child 161 and take a quick look. Tooltip 162 A child point of view. MP3 131 of 100.
Okay, so if we hit tab a few times,
Free open button. Preview selected file checkbox not checked. Alt plus V.
and there is a checkbox that you can check to preview the file.
Check. Not checked.
Okay, so this is what we want, so we can hit enter.
Goldwave 162 A child point of view. MP3.
Okay, so it is indeed up and it is indeed working. So now what I have to do,
No previous review mode.
oops, is I have to select
Select.
everything and copy it.
Untitled 1.
Now this should work. Goldwave used to have a lot of problems if there were file compatibility problems. So
Goldwave.
if we go to
Volumes up. Voice.
voiceover,
Voiceover. Unavailable.
oh,
Effect Goldwave.
I don't know if
Untitled
this is gonna
106. Select. Untitled Goldwave. If Gold.
it
Select. all.
might. Oh wait, you know why? Because I copied it to the wrong file.
160.
So I have to copy the
Untitled.
thing from the
Select.
untitled file, then Control Shift tab
106.
back to my podcasting short,
Play. Stop.
which you know is that file. Now if we go to the effect
Voiceover.
thing, see there it is.
Voiceover dialog. Default. Fade background to fast fading. Fast fading selected instead.
So there's fast fading.
Okay, so this is somewhat of a test file. Don't know.
You're going to pay for this!
I don't know what's gonna.
Goldwave.
Okay, well, see what I mean about the pitch changes? This file, this podcasting file, is at
Untitled.
48,000. So we need to change this.
Goldwave. Save sound as dialog.
So we'll just save
Save
it
as
as
type. MP3
MP3,
stop. File name.
and we'll just call this stupid.
Set to attributes. Press
We'll
select
go to
Help button.
attributes.
Combo voxel rate. Combo voxel channel. Combo and it fits 6 8 11,020 88 64,000 48,000 hertz. Custom list. Lane 48,000 hertz 300 preset cancel but help button. Combo
There we go.
Custom list. Cancel help button. Combo box 48 combo custom button list. Lane 48 preset grouping. Cancel button, help button, combo box all channels collapse, combo box 48,000 hertz collapse, 22, all rates, combo box cut lid, cancel button, okay but lid custom, combo box all bit rates collapse,
Hang on.
500 about 20k below, combo and your 24, 40, 64, 48, cut list, lame 48,000 hertz, 320k BPS stereo, okay button,
Okay, there we
save
go. I wonder why the OK button wasn't showing. It's because I didn't have anything selected in the one list view.
Tools, preview, items view list, amberlever.mp3 not.
Okay, so we'll just...
File name, combo box collapsed. Add Alt plus and selected stupid. Save as type, save MP3 dialog. Items view, set to attribute, save button. Process, confirmed dialog file has been converted and saved. Update the sound window with the new format.
And of course,
Press
that's what
button.
we want to do.
Goldwave, stupid.mp3.
Okay, so as you can tell, it's there. I can show you
Run
in
that.
Windows Explorer that it's here.
Select, desktop list. Seagate. Audio, mute my items, stupid.mp3.
Okay,
VL.
so this is some.
And of course, it is there.
Goldwave.
But let's copy this again.
Select 162 A child's point of view.mp.
And actually, you know what now?
Stupid.
Though, before we do, I want to show you how to mix something.
Open sound dialog. 100
And so let's go
items,
back.
movie theme, items view list, podcast stuff, items view list,
And let's go to my sounds folder.
preview selected, check, Apple sound, the OS, walkway, 20, 6, 80, 90, 9, 1, 200, 300, 300, 8. Apple, frame, GD, Gold
There's the
wave.
fireworks.
Fireworks exploding. Dot wall.
Yeah, there it is. I couldn't remember what I called the sound that I wanted. So I'll show you how I mix a file. We're also going to go
Open.
back into
Apple sound. Breaking mirror. Dot wall.
We're going to
Gold
open
wave.
this breaking mirror file,
Select all.
and we'll copy it.
Fireworks exploding. Dot wall.
Now, we're going to go ahead and
Zoom
move
left.
our zoom level with Shift 3 to where that's where I normally
Start.
put it. We'll put it. Hit F3 to see what we have selected. Okay. So
Stop.
actually, we'll.
Finish. 1.65.
There we go. So I got about a second selected. Now, what we'll do.
Stupid.mp3. SH Advanced Eva Robot Warning. Dot wall. Stupid.mp3.
Is we'll go down to the end, and actually there's a neat little trick with Goldwave. You can paste something at the end of a file with Control E,
Button. Gold wave.
and of course it's
I
there.
don't mind if you do. And if you do.
Okay.
If you do.
Start.
Okay. Now we have that. We selected the part of the fireworks sound that I wanted.
Fireworks.
Now
Breaking mirror. Dot.
you could go to breaking
Select.
mirror.
Stupid.mp3.
So now we will hit Control M.
Mix dialog.
Well,
0
and of course I just can move the time and preview it with F4. Of
Read
course,
stop.
that's what I
Volume.
want.
OK button.
Hit
Gold
OK.
wave. Stupid.mp3.
Alright, so now if I hit F2,
Okay, so this is somewhat of a test file. Don't know.
You're going to pay for this!
I don't know what's going to come from this test file, but we're about to find out. And if you would like to contact me, you most certainly can. And I don't mind if you do.
yeah, as you can tell, that mix came out really good. So now let's copy the voice.
Fireworks exploding. Dot wall. Breaking mirror. Dot wall. Fireworks. 106.
And let's see what our total track length is. So
Track length.
it's
26.02.
26 seconds,
Stupid.mp3.
and we go back to this
Track
file.
length. 17.
And it's about 17 seconds, but that's okay.
106.
And I did that with Control NVDA 2. So now we're going to go to the effect
Gold wave.
menu,
Voiceover.
voiceover.
Fast fading. Half second fade. Fast fading.
Okay, so this is somewhat of a test file.
Fade.
Okay, so this is somewhat of a test file. Don't know.
Default.
Okay, so this is somewhat of a test file. Don't know.
You're going to pay for this!
I don't know what's going to come from this test file, but we're about to find out. And if you would like to contact me, you most certainly can. And I don't mind if you do.
Cute.
Add, remove, preview, stop, OK. Gold wave.
Hit OK. And of course it applied it. Now, we are in the podcast file,
Play.
Okay,
so we need to save it as. So we hit Alt
No.
F and then A.
Save sound as dialog.
And we will call this, just test voiceover.
Test voiceover. Save as type. Combo box M. At 150.
We'll
I'm
go
audio
back
voice.
to
Mute my audio.
my audio
And file name.
files and hit Alt S.
Drop gold wave. Test voiceover.mp3.
And there it is.
Play.
okay,
I
Stop.
did not want to do that.
Confirm dialog. No button. Unknown. Intel RHD graphics control panel hotkey panel window. Toggle button not pressed. R button. Toggle button. Desktop list.
I don't know why that was up. I did forget to mention, some have asked, like, how do you take a part out of a file and then, once you take it out, can you paste something, in place of that part? Well, indeed you can. You do what I did where I showed you where you can take out, you can take the how's that want to word it? I want to word it so you guys can understand it. That's why it got silent there for a minute. So, basically you would take out what you want and just leave your start and finish markers there and just paste whatever you want over, over its spot. It's really easy. And it's not hard to do at all. And Goldwave is a very simple audio editor for Windows. I find it a lot better than Audacity even. It does have a lot of neat other tools in there like CD Ripper. It's got, file merger, expression evaluator, a whole bunch of neat stuff that I don't use. But for what I want, it does its job. And I love it a lot. And then Amadeus Pro, yeah, we got that for the Mac. And it does its job very well too. And it's got things I don't use, like the multi-track editing. I don't use that. But anyway, I'll show you that the voiceover did indeed save.
Desktop list. Audio file. Music map.
And then we will go to
Test voiceover. VL.
Okay, so this is somewhat of a test file. Don't know.
You're going to pay for this!
I don't know what's going to come from this test file, but we're about to find out. And if you would like to contact me, you most certainly can. And I don't mind if you do.
Now you can have the voiceover start at a particular spot. So let's say you have the music in the background, you can have it start. But if you have like the stuff where I put in, you can put your start marker there and the voiceover will start.
My audio files desktop list.
So,
rate 64, rate 69, rate 74.
That's essentially that. Let's go ahead and exit NVDA here and get JAWS back up.
JAWS beta release.
Like I normally
JAWS,
had it.
leave it. Voice. 62%, 66%, 60. JAWS manual.
Alright, there we go. But that's a little bit on Goldwave. It's a neat little audio editor. And just play with it. And I think you'll like it. Anyway, folks, that's it for now. And I'm going to go ahead and stop on the recording and upload this and say goodbye.